many people, so many friends, and so many American workers gathered here at this location, at this very spot, to support one effort and one goal. Today we come here clearly to send a message, not only from the ball field to the cane field, but from Abbeville to Capitol Hill, and from the banks of the historic Vermilion River to the powerful banks of the Potomac River. Enough is enough, and it's time to quit punishing innocent American workers to achieve some unrealistic political agenda. You see, Louisiana has a long and strong, distinguished history of fueling America, and we proudly do what few other states are willing to do. Each and every day in this 18th great state of our union, in our Louisiana, we put on our hard hats and our steel-toed boots, we kiss our families goodbye, and we begin the tough work of exploring, producing, processing, storing, refining, and transporting the fuel to energize the great United States of America. While we too support the use of renewable and alternative energy, let's keep the conversation real. America is not yet ready to get all of its fuel from the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. I submit to you this morning, when it comes to the energy security of this country, there is no more important piece of real estate in all of this nation, and every American is connected to it at the gas pump. Let us be reminded that a 50-cent increase in the cost of a gallon of gasoline costs the American economy $1.3 billion a week. A moratorium on drilling only accomplishes the loss of American jobs, the importing of more oil from unfriendly nations, and makes America less competitive in this global economy. Mr. President, I get the fact that you don't like oil and gas companies, but this moratorium is not hurting the stockholders of BP or Exxon or Chevron. This moratorium is hurting the Cheremis and the Calais and the Dupuis and the Robes and the Boudreaux and the Pinocchio. Mr. President, you may have aimed high, but your policies are misdirected, and now you are crippling the middle class of the Gulf Coast. In addition to finding the fuel to energize America, let us take this time to remind the nation's policymakers of the significant contributions we make to the federal treasury. From 2005 to 2007, this industry paid $242 billion in federal taxes and another $23 billion in mineral royalties to the federal government in 2008 alone. So do me a favor, and do yourselves a favor. When somebody asks you what you do for a living, don't just tell them you help find the energy to fuel America. Tell them you help produce the revenue and pay the taxes, to help give teachers a pay raise, provide health care for the poor, and you keep criminals where they belong. You tell the American people in the oil and gas business, you help pay to educate, medicate, rehabilitate, and if all else fails, incarcerate. But that's not all. certainly a long and distinguished history of fueling America, but that's not all. If all we did was help energize America and pay taxes, that would be quite enough. But let us all remember, at the same time we are heating and cooling the homes and businesses of America, at the same time we are refining the gasoline to fuel America's school buses, police cars, and fire trucks. At the same time, we host the nation's strategic petroleum reserve. We do all of that while producing 20% of the nation's commercial fisheries and are home to some of the nation's best hunting, camping, hiking, bird watching, and recreational fishing. We are not an either-or state, and we believe our Creator requires us to manage all of our natural resources to improve the lives of all Americans. You know our speaker, you owe our next speaker very well. He has poured his life into saving our state. He has spent every single day focused on our coast since April the 20th, working like a warrior to restore our way of life, to bring back our commercial and recreational fishing, to protect our delicious Louisiana seafood, to save our pelicans and our coastal wildlife resources, to keep our brothers and sisters on our coast in their jobs, to reopen our offshore drilling, to continue Louisiana's contribution to the United States energy independence, and to make sure everybody in the world knows that we Louisianians aren't going down without a fight. I'll fight up, I'll lead up, I'll never give up, never back down, Governor. Let's rock the Cajun Dome for the coastal governor, the oil and gas governor, the fisheries governor, your governor, my governor, America's hardest working governor, Governor Jindal.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give another round of applause for our great Lieutenant Governor, Scotty Angelle. We have come to send a simple message to Washington, D.C.